deal with being warriors, man.
Fighting.
Yeah, when King David went to war, he went to war with the Northern tribe. The Northern tribe is the so-called Hispanics and the so-called Native Americans.
Native Americans?
Yeah,
that's the Northern tribe.
Northern tribe.
Or
Northern tribe, yeah. The Northern tribe was actually here. It was actually here in America before that. They were the first ones that was here. During the time of like the separation of the Southern Kingdom and the Northern Kingdom. I'm from the Northern Kingdom, the Southern Kingdom, the so-called Haitians. We are the tribe from the South.
You don't want to disturb me.
Yeah, whatever. How you doing, brother?
I want to ask you something.
Yeah,
Direction
sure.
I want to ask you. What now? We'll find the person.
Excuse me? Oh, brother, I don't know. I'm not familiar. I thought you were going to ask you about a question about the... Come on, bro.
You should,
Rutland, bro.
not quest there. Every phone has it. It's not automatically. You put that in there, and you can go.
Brother, it's something spiritual that you stop here.
Yeah.
Prepare for the mark of the beast, all right? Don't take the mark of the beast. All
I
right?
have a question.
Come on, man.
Yeah, I thought it was important too.
I thought you were about to like ask you.
I know I'm from the island. I know what island I'm from. My mom, she tells me my roots before I even knew this stuff.
Oh, okay, but so, it goes back by your father.
Yeah, I
It goes back by
realize
your
that.
father's brother.
Well, after I cross the information what my mom tells me, I see how true it is. My mom, for an example, she tells me the word hibaro. It's a word that we use on the island to call each other like neighbors, like friendly. It's like a friendly gesture. It's like saying how you doing, sir? When you say hibaro, I found out that word is Hebrew too. It's actually saying Hebrews. And it's a funny word that we toss around on that island since we was, generations past. They always call each other hibaro. Now, why is it we couldn't see that word already was clearly being used by us in our language, which is supposedly Spanish. We're not Spanish. We're not Hispanic.
Well, the Spaniards, they came there and they ruled over them. That's why I speak Spanish.
Absolutely.
Just like the Spanish took over Haiti and ruled over them, that's why we speak Creole.
I got you. I'm on deck.
Yeah.
But now, as far as the Haitian and Haiti goes to Santo Domingo, which I know it says Sunday, see, you guys really got me on some other level because my research was for my own people and the Caribbeans. I've always been dedicated to research up and down the island. I've been on my island. I've been to the museums there. I've been to the jungles of that place. I got close to the Taino Cueva, which is a secret place that they don't even want us to be in that area because if we go in that area, there's something in there that they don't want us to know about. So they put a plaque down on the floor, it's on stone. And it says like cross no further, kind of like it's almost like saying wildlife preserve. You know when you hear that shit, you know what they're doing, right?
Yeah.
They're keeping you from your land. You know, they're keeping you maybe resources too, but really they're keeping you from your land. That's like trying to say, get off our lawn, you motherfuckers. When it's our backyard that they're playing. Now,
It tell you that the earth is given to the hand of the wicked.
I got you. This is why I believe that even more still. I mean, that shit was all ours, the chain islands and all that there.
But we also have to blame ourselves because our people, we did a lot of wickedness in the sight of the Lord, and that's why we're getting judged. That's why that thing could happen with Tyree Nichols.
Absolutely.
And his own people will beat on him. It's going to show you that your eyes shall be evil towards your brother. All right? Just how you'll have a Puerto Rican and a Dominican, they hate each other. You'll have a Haitian and a Dominican, they hate each other. And it goes vice versa. You know, matter of fact, let me get a scripture real quick.
I feel like I have a little problem with Simeon.
Let me get a scripture real quick. I also got to edify the camera. This is Job 9:24. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. All right, now, who is ruling right now? All right, the Edomites. All right, which is the so-called Caucasians. Okay, all right, and a lot of them they actually come from us. Okay, it wasn't just a man that just come out of a cave. You know what I mean? They actually come from us. All right, it was a man named Edom.
You had brought me up
right?
before.
Edom is Jacob's fraternal twin brother.
Yeah.
All right, one came out dark skinned and the other one came out Pale.
So
Yeah.
the way I understood
With
this,
red.
and it's beautiful the way the brother brought it out. I heard it. He said he comes from the lineage of what is that?
Abraham,
Isaac, and
I
Jacob.
was just reading about
This is
that.
why
You know, Bob
he
is-
smashed it when he said this, because I never heard this. But he said that this guy, Esau, he comes from Abraham, Jacob, and Esau. I'm saying the white people in other words come from Esau.
Well, he does come from Isaac.
Right.
It just that
Now that's
he
creepy
wasn't.
to me. Right.
Yeah, he
Because-
wasn't of the chosen line though.
Yeah, that's creepy to me because
Yeah.
he comes from the stock of Abraham and Jacob, and then there's a break off. But yet they say that the lineage of these people is Esau of all these white Caucasian people. I'm very confused about another thing, and they're not talking about this. The Dominicans, for an example, and I know this myself. I do my research too.
Which is the tribe
Geographic.
of Simeon, which means a
Simeon,
Christian herd.
yeah, Simeon.
Simeon. Yeah.
I see how the Simeon could be very complicated for myself. I don't want to say that for everybody. And I want to tell you why it's complicated for me. There's three factions of people in that island. Three factions, which would be the French that used to be there, the Arabs in the trade, because they also partook of bringing natives, slaves to the island.
The Sahara slave trade.
Which I do believe they brought Simeon to the island
Yeah.
with Levi, with the Haitians.
Yeah, definitely.
I agree with that because they're both. I noticed Simeon
Simeon and Levi are
and Levian are brethren. They are dark people. But now there's a lineage in there that I think they're not really talking about, and that's the Arab. When we're talking about breeding,
Ishmael.
yeah, Ishmael.
Ishmael.
When we're talking about a conquest of the people, they usually start the route by outbreeding them, which means that they intermix with the people and they outbreed them so that they can have domination over the territory. You say that, we're the ones that's going to take care of your democracy.
Yeah, it's the Willie Lynch letter, the dark skin versus the light skin.
Yeah, they leave the bastards, the light-skinned bastards, they leave them behind and say, you guys are going to rule these people for us.
Yeah.
So now, on that note, I want to say this, because I see how it happened to our people too. Why you think I'm so mixed? My grandmother's African, and my grandfather, and my great-grandfather, that is, he's a Spaniard, unfortunate for that. But,
well, there's still a possibility that he could be one of our people.
yeah, but...
somewhere down the bloodline.
I understand that too, but I understand that you are the seed of your father. That's
Yes,
a beautiful
we are.
analogy.
Numbers 1 and 18.
That's a beautiful analogy because you just can't get around that.
Yeah.
This nature now talking.
Because the man's seed, whatever
Yeah.
he puts in the woman, is going to be of him, of
Right.
his bloodline.
Exactly. Now I want to say this. Now that you said that, think about this. Ain't it ironic that in this city, if you've been here long enough, you saw how the trade-off businesses go, how one faction comes in or one nation comes in and takes over the same businesses that you started, for example. I'll give you a little rundown on what I'm saying because I grew up in the city. I'm 58 years old. I grew up in LES all of my life. Yeah. So I know all the bullshit you can throw at me, and I know that's it. But I'm gonna tell you this in short. Why I'm confused with Simeon? Simply because of the Arabs, and simply because of the French. If they had some intermingling going on, and they try to outbreed them, like they say, that's what they did with the Native Indians. They actually try to outbreed them. That's why white people say that they're Native Indians. That's a bullshit too. That's a bullshit too. I believe in that 101. But Simeon and the Arab,
Simeon
and Ishmael, for an example. This is my point. I'm going to drive it home now. Ishmael, it looks like my people who are Dominicans, but Dominicans also look like Ishmael. You got to think about this.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh. So I got to talk about this, and somebody got to bring some attention to this. Because for me, the interbreeding and intermingling, in other words, what I'm saying is they're not pure Taino stock. You see what I'm saying? They want to claim they are, but I have my sources that says otherwise. What I'm finding out is that at least almost 40% of them could be Dominican stock. In other words, these people could speak Spanish now. They're in Santo Domingo, but they are the elites who are running the country. Keep in mind the bastard. Keep in mind the bastard I talked about. Those bastards are the ones who now have our bodegas here in New York City. Okay, I call them bastards. Why?
They have.
Well, or you could say all 90%. Let's just say that's almost the majority. But remember, when the word was bodega, it was the Puerto Rican, the Boricua that started the bodegas. Now it became a deli. All of a sudden, it becomes a deli. But sometimes they leave bodega still there. Why? Because these people look Spanish. When you go to the counter to buy something from them, you say, oh, primo, dame esto. And they be like, no, I'm from Yemen. I'm from Morocco. I'm like, okay, so what's that? Now, in my people, in the Dominican, I say my people, if they really are Simeon and they really are in the tribe, and on that lineage, somebody needs to check that, because I've already did my research. A lot of them look the same, and vice versa.
That's vice versa. By the spirit. Because it was your spirit that came in. So I already know that you're one of us.
The spirit
talks.
That, it does bark at you very loud behind that ear.
Romans 8 and 16.
And I move with that. That's why I kind of like said, let me just highlight this. But it's a question that I always had about this belief system.
Let me read this real quick for the camera. This is Romans 8 and 16. The Spirit itself bear witness with our spirit, you know, with something that's within us, that the Most High put it within us.
That's true.
That we are the children of the Most High. All right?
I'm feeling that because everywhere I go, I feel like I'm in that matrix where he's actually driving me. Like, I'm not doing my own steps. He's actually showing me around.
Because it's the spirit that you came out here, and you came out here and listened.
Yeah, that's what
I was about to go preach on that side, but the spirit maybe come on this side for some reason. I usually preach on that side.
You got a good concept because of the bus and the traffic.
Yeah, exactly. Because I want people to hear the word.
You're safe from the weather.
Exactly.
I mean, actually, the Lord put you there.
Yeah, you
It's in a good spot. If it rains, it storms. That's all I wanted to share.
All right.
Them brothers look too much alike, and even the sisters on that side too. And you look at the Arab women, you look at these Arab Dominican,
it tells you that the Most High is going to do the weep and the tears. He's going to know he's going to separate the people. Yeah.
Go in the sheep. It's hard to tell these flocks together from afar. You got to come up close and look, which is the difference. And you're like, okay, I know the sheep. Flocks that go from afar, you can get the same thing. That's why I say, you know, this is something that I take to myself. And God is going to continue to push me on that, because I feel like there's a little not misinformation, but just information that is lacking, just additional information that should be brought up, like the bodegas and how the Boricua thing to an Arab thing. Arab. Like I can't go to a bodega now because they're all Arabs. They sell even our products, Goya and stuff like that, you know, just to let you know that they're in the family like lineage, but they're not. They just look like us. They just look like our people.
Well, some of them, like I said, some of them through bloodline, they are us. Some of them are us. Because they tell you that the 12 tribes of Israel are scattered abroad throughout the whole world.
Yes.
So like I said, only about like, you can't just take it off of just face value. Or this brother's black, so he's one of us. Yeah. You have to go by the spirit.
Spirit, yeah.
You know? Not all Israel is of Israel.
And I agree with that. I asked the Dominican, a light skin one with blonde hair and like greenish eyes. I said, what's your father's lineage? I asked that question. She said Italian. I said, wait a minute. She said,
there's some Italians that might be one of us. Because at the time, the Moors, which are Israelites, they ruled Italy at that time, especially Sicily.
They call that Morenos.
Morenos, yeah.
Morenos. You know that as Morenos.
Yeah.
In Spanish, they call it Morenos. But just to cut it short, they call it Moors. Sure.
Moors, yeah. We're basically black, right?
Yeah, Morenos, but Latinos, it means black. It's just a color. It's not a person. They call them black. And then when we learned the Spanish, we had to learn that black means moreno. See, now we know black as moreno. Y'all know it's black. Negro. My house, they call me Negrito. That's my nickname at the house. Everybody knows I'm the darkest one. Negrito means
what's up, brother?
Little dark boy. Negrito. Negro means big man, big black.
But they say it like kind of like in a derogatory way.
No, it's endearing. Negrito in my family is a very endearing, and not in our family, in our nation.
I can say that there was going to be
I guarantee you, if you ask if you call anybody Negrito and he's dark skinned, he's gonna love you. Cause he understands. Yeah, he gonna understand.
I thought it was gonna be like, what you call me? Like,
he's gonna understand you're acknowledging his skin and you're calling him out. He's a Negrito.
Negrito.
Yeah, with an E. Oh, I got a little something more for you guys. As far as like how the language was given to us with the I and the E, there's a problem with that language with the I and the E. There should be no I in the